guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm coming to you from the Bolaven Plateau in southern Laos. Over the past 2 days I've been doing a motorbike circuit around the Bolaven Plateau. It's actually known as the Bolaven Loop. I'm on my second last day and I'm at a remote area called Tayicsua. Tayicsua is a fantastic area, beautiful location with a lot of really impressive waterfalls. I'm here at the very beginning of November. There's been a lot of late rainy season, and the waterfalls, as you can see, are an absolute peak flow. Tayicsua is quite hard to get to. There's a lot of dirt roads, or at this time of year I should say mud roads. If you're coming here, it's great to get an off-road motorbike. Once you actually get to the homestay, there's a headquarters there, there's accommodation, there's a restaurant, there's a great cafe, and the management of the place have set up this fantastic waterfall trail. I've actually come down to the bottom end of the trail and I'm going to work my way up and make this video. Conditions are quite tough going. It's been a bit of a slog, there's a hell of a lot of mud. So the idea is, if you do come here at this time of the year, be prepared with good hiking boots and a hiking pole. Alright, I'm going to start working my way back to the headquarters. First up, I've got to cross this rustic looking bridge. It's pretty solid. When I came across it, there's no signs that it was going to give anywhere, so anyway, I'll be heading up that way there. Alright, here I am. Just about to start working my way across the bridge here. Alright, I'm successfully over that bridge obstacle and I'm on my way to the next waterfall location, which is called Little B Waterfall, about 100 metres up this track here. Alright, as I mentioned, I came down to the bottom end of the trail just to see how conditions were before I started filming. This bottom section is actually not too bad. There's another one of those wooden bridges a couple of 100 metres up ahead, and after that it's, well, as you'll see, it's like a mud pit. Alright, this section of the trail is not too bad. If you've ever done any hiking in muddy conditions, you'll know that going uphill is actually a lot easier than going downhill, where there's always a risk of slipping. Experience has taught me that the ideal footwear are actually these hard-soled neoprene boots I'm using. You can wade through the mud, and that hard sole's got a good grip on it. And I bought these in Singapore. They're actually pretty good. Alright, looks as though somebody set up a water spout for refilling water bottles in the dry season. Alright, here we are at the base of Little B Waterfall, and we're going to cross that bridge, get on to the other side to get a better view of the waterfall. Okie doke then, here we go, working your way across this rustic bridge. Thankfully it's got handrails on both sides. safely across that bridge. Now I've got to work my way through these stands of fallen bamboo that have come down in the recent heavy storms they've had in the area. Alright, the Tayicsua staff have done a great job clearing the trail of all this fallen bamboo. One of the reasons why these trails are so muddy is that with the high flow of water coming off the waterfall is a lot of wind mist, which is saturating the terrain to either side of the waterfall. Alright, there's a small viewing platform there for Little B Falls. As you can see, there's a really high flow and a lot of wind mist coming off it in the distance there. Alright, as you'll see, that is a fantastic waterfall. Really high flow. Basically it's the very end of the rainy season, and these waterfalls are quite spectacular. There's an amazing rainbow there created by the sun shining down on the wind mist. Alright, trying to continue on up the mud trail there. Okay, here's the first mud pit I'm going to go through. Alright, that's the first mud pit out of the way. Now we've got a long ladder climb to get up to a drier part of the trail up there. Alright, back on firmer going for a while. We're heading to what is probably the highlight attraction of the Waterfall Trail. It's called Halang Jiao Waterfall. Alright, we've got another little mud pit to get through here. Looks as though there's a small stream coming across the trail. One of the things to always be conscious of when you're hiking in these slippery conditions is that you need to be switched on all the time. Looking at where your foot placement, moving slowly, because you can guarantee as soon as you relax or switch off, you'll end up on your backside. Anyway, we'll push on to Halang Jiao Falls. Alright, I'm out of that mud track onto a solid pathway here and moving towards the viewing platform for the Halang Jiao Falls, the highlight attraction of the Waterfall Trail. And there it is right there, as you can see. Pretty spectacular. Alright, this waterfall site has been, let's say, properly set up for sightseeing. There's a solid walkways and viewing platforms here. Probably because this is the main waterfall that everybody comes to see. Yeah, at the end of the rainy season, it really is quite spectacular. A couple of local girls there getting a nice colourful shot with those flowers. Alright, that's it for this part of the Waterfall Trail. I'm going to head back up to the HQ, grab a coffee, and there's one more waterfall which can be accessed from the park headquarters. Alright, I'm about halfway up the stairway to the HQ, and this is a great view from one of the small platforms. Alright, I'm back at the Tayicsua guest house and restaurant area. There's actually a pretty good cafe over there. It's got a great view over the valley below there. Shortly I'll go in and order a coffee. Alright, just before I go and get a coffee, just showing you the map here of the Waterfall Trail. I only visited a couple of them, unfortunately because of the conditions of the trail. I wasn't able to get very far, but it's pretty extensive. Alright, here's the cafe. It's quite nicely set up. Just pan around and you can see there's a great viewing platform over there. Alright, that's Kiat Oak Waterfall, and apparently there is a stairway down to the base. So after I've had the coffee, I'll see if I can get down there. Alright, back with the video. I've had some lunch and a coffee, and I'm going to head down the stairway here to that waterfall in the distance there. I was here last time was just after COVID finished, 2022, and the stairway was non-existent then, just a mud track. Obviously things have been upgraded a bit. Hopefully this walkway goes all the way down to the bottom. So far so good. If it turns into a mud track, I won't be able to go on because I'm not wearing my neoprene boots. So hopefully this stays the course. Alright, once again, the name of this waterfall is called Kiat Oak. Maybe it's something to do with a tree. As you can see, it's certainly a long drop to the bottom. Probably well over 100 metres of stairway here. Alright, we've got a couple of really good viewing platforms down here at the base of this waterfall. It's fantastic. And that's the tree, I guess. It's named for the waterfall, Kiat Oak. There's a group of people pushing on along that trail to another waterfall which is a bit further down the stream there. Unfortunately I'm not wearing my neoprene boots, so I'm not willing to go on with it, just in case things get really muddy down there. But this is really a nice spot down here on this rocky plateau. Get a full view of that waterfall there behind the trees. Alright, I'm at Kiat Oak Waterfall on the Tayicsua Waterfall Trail in southern Laos, and to get a better view of this I'll put up the drone. For anybody who's thinking of doing the Pakse/Bolaven Loop, this is a place which should not be missed. It's actually on the Big Loop, so probably going to have to allow an extra day or two. certainly a fantastic spot when the water's in full flow. Definitely the end of the rainy season is a great time to be here. Alright, well that pretty much wraps up my look at the Tayicsua Waterfall Trail on the Bolaven Plateau in southern Laos. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, most appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe to see my upcoming adventures across Southeast Asia. Okie doke then, we'll see you on the next one.